Gaza, the neighbor of Israel, which is in total ruins and destruction, has again become a matter of interest for a superpower. The superpower is building something secretly beside Gaza as an attempt to control it. But why are these superpowers in Israel so interested in Gaza, which is nothing more than a place filled with rubble and broken buildings? Why can't they leave Gaza alone? According to Israeli media outlet Yedioth Ahronoth, the U.S. is planning to build a massive military base near Gaza's border, which will host thousands of American soldiers along with an international task force. Their official reason? To oversee the implementation of the Gaza ceasefire and ensure humanitarian coordination. Oh, wow, such a noble work. But let's ask the obvious question: since when does a humanitarian mission need thousands of armed troops and a $500 million base? This will reportedly be America's first large-scale military installation on Israeli soil, a historic move that marks an even deeper alliance between Tel Aviv and Washington. And the timing is not accidental. After 2 years of bloodshed in Gaza, the U.S. wants to ensure its hand remains on every lever of power, from aid distribution to post-war governance. As if their controversial aid distribution foundation, the GHF, was doing a very honest and organized job. GHF sites had themselves claimed 1,000 lives or more. This was the U.S.-funded aid to the Gazans. Nevertheless, now the U.S. says they want peace in Gaza. They said they want to rebuild it. They said they'll turn Gaza into the next Las Vegas. But haven't we heard this dream before? These promises and dreams does sound familiar. That's because we've seen this movie before. Iraq was supposed to become a modern democracy, and Afghanistan was supposed to become the Asian Dubai. And what happened? 2 decades of destruction, millions dead, and both nations left poorer, weaker, and more divided than ever before. Before invading Iraq in 2003, America promised freedom and reconstruction. They said they would rebuild Baghdad into a hub of democracy and prosperity. Before entering Afghanistan, they said they would liberate women, modernize education, and defeat terrorism. Instead, Iraq's economy collapsed. Afghanistan once again became the graveyard of empires. Millions of civilians were displaced, and both nations were left dependent on U.S. policies and debt. Now, the United States wants to set up a $500 million military base near Gaza's border, and they're calling it a stabilization effort. Gaza, a land already choked by siege and starvation, is being told the same story. They'll say it again: we'll rebuild Gaza, make it shine, make it free. But in reality, it's another colonial project wearing the mask of peace. In recent months, Western officials and media have been floating an idea to turn Gaza into a prosperous coastal strip with beaches, hotels, and business districts. They paint images of tourism and investment, while the rubble of dead families still lies beneath the sand. The truth is simple: they want Gaza without Gazans. They want the land, not the people. And the talk of rebuilding is only to justify their permanent presence, both militarily and politically. The same happened in Iraq and Afghanistan: military occupation first, nation building later, which, by the way, never took place. The planned base will also house the so-called Civil Military Coordination Center, which, according to Israeli officials, will take full control of humanitarian aid in Gaza. In other words, Washington, not the UN, not the Palestinians, will decide who gets food, water, medicine, and fuel. This means Gaza's survival will be linked directly to U.S. permission. A perfect setup for control Gaza in all the spheres. Even though U.S. officials repeatedly said, "No American boots on the ground," this base proves otherwise. They are already there, just one border away, watching, planning, waiting. This isn't just about Gaza. This is about America's geopolitical chessboard, whose players are Israel and America, and the pawns are the Palestinians. With this base, the U.S. will sit right between Egypt, the Red Sea, and the Eastern Mediterranean, one of the most strategically critical regions in the world. It will give Washington a permanent eye over not just Gaza, but also Sinai, Lebanon, and even Iran's roots through Syria. So when they say we're building peace, what they really mean is we're building business empire for our own benefit. It's not about helping the Palestinians, it's about owning the outcome of this war, ensuring that even after the airstrikes stop falling, the strings remain in American hands. That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazakum Allahu khairan.